From movies like The Hangover and Step Brothers to stints on Saturday Night Live and The Daily Show, Rob Riggle stands tall in the world of comedy. In a memoir out next week, Grit, Spit, and Never Quit, a Marine's guide to comedy and life, Riggle shows readers where the laughs developed, from childhood to more than 2 decades in the Marine Corps. His years focused on improv work at New York City's Upright Citizens Brigade, or UCB, was, in a word, transformative. We caught up with Riggle at the UCB in Los Angeles to talk about it all.
Don't be afraid to ride the lightning. In the face! In the face!
From supporting characters in comedy classics...
Did you see that Sanchez pass?
...to NFL pregame show picks and parody work...
On the ground or up his...
Master?
Rob Riggle...
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Quite simply...
My name is Jimmy Garoppolo.
...makes us laugh.
Stranger danger! Dad! You're all gonna die!
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, there's so many. I've been blessed to do a lot of really fun roles. I came up at the UCB doing improv.
Yeah.
That's my first love. I love it. So any chance I get to improvise on a movie feels like a blessing.
Pow!
Yes.
Are you saying pow? What are you saying?
It's the biggest like in 2008's Step Brothers, starring Will Ferrell and Adam Scott.
Why does he keep doing that?
I always viewed everything as ensemble. I'm like, hey, we're all here. What's going to make the scene the funniest?
Yeah.
Not realizing maybe this is Will's scene and I should shut up, you know, or maybe I should not do that. So I would be like, blah, 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 blah.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Thank God I worked with like Will Ferrell and those guys, because they'd be like, that's funny, let's keep that, let's do that.
You pulled it off.
That kind of camaraderie shaped Riggle's life long before audiences were watching.
We are at the American Legion Post 43 in Hollywood, California.
You've been a member here for a while?
Yes.
Riggle is a retired Marine Corps veteran, having served on active or reserve duty for 23 years.
One of our sayings is gung-ho, which means it's Chinese for teamwork.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been in a team structure, whether it's improv comedy or whether it's theater or whether it's the Marines.
And he writes about it all in his new memoir, Grit, Spit, Never Quit. Some of the first words of the book describe his return to active duty right after 9/11, writing 3 months. Technically 89 days. That's how long it had been since I'd first stood in disbelief on top of the devastation at Ground Zero. Moving rubble by hand, desperately searching for survivors we would never find.
I watched it with my own eyes. I was mad. And I was a captain in the Marines. I could do something about it. There wasn't really any doubt in my mind that I was going to try to go back.
Riggle first joined the Marines more than a decade earlier at age 19, signing up for officer candidate school while studying at the University of Kansas. After graduation, he'd head to Naval Flight School. But instead of fulfilling his dream of becoming a Marine aviator, Riggle's life turned in a new direction.
I had a nagging feeling for a long time, going all the way back to high school radio station, where I was funny. I had moments. I could do little comedy bits.
Laughs are good.
But it was always just a thing. It was a dabble. Oh, yeah. But it was there. I was a theater and film major at Kansas, you know. And then when I got into flight school and I was flying, I had my pilot's license. Things were going fine, but I wasn't as passionate as I thought I should have been. This is where that crazy faith comes in, maybe, where you trust the voice that's in your head, and it made all the difference in my life.
He'd continue his military service working as a public affairs officer while pursuing his passion for comedy and acting. In between deployments in places like Kosovo and Afghanistan, sharpening his improv skills at the UCB in New York City. At age 32, almost 10 years to the day after leaving flight school,
I'll take one of those.
Riggle got his dream opportunity, following his second audition for Saturday Night Live.
Touchdown! Yes!
And that moment when somebody like you gets SNL, what is that like?
That was awesome. I was down at the deli close on the corner, close to our apartment, and I was waiting in line, and it was almost my turn, and I got a call. Is this Rob Riggle? Yes. Stand by for a call from Lauren Michaels. I was like, oh. And he was like, Rob, everybody has to do it. Listen, we all liked your audition a lot. We thought it was very good. Would you be interested in joining the cast of SNL this year? And, you know, I screamed.
Where?
Riggle was a part of the cast for just a year.
brother, man. I got it.
Looking back at what went wrong, he says he forgot to trust his gut.
Once I got a little separation from it, I was able to look at it and say, oh yeah, you know what, if I ever get another opportunity, wherever that may be, I'm going to go down my way, if I go down.
That next opportunity would come less than a year later. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Now, this was your first field assignment for us. How did it go?
Good.
Trusting his comedic instincts from his very first piece in his role as a senior war correspondent, Riggle used a flub and a staged personal pep talk in a way the show hadn't before.
You're the son of Saddam Hussein.
No way. I went for it because I was like, this is what I think's funny. Let's see where we are. So John's watching it, and he sees the flub.
Sorry. Do you think? One, two, three.
And I saw his head kind of cock, and then he sees getting up, and you can see he's almost ready to say, what is this?
Right. Not a loser.
But he kept watching, and then he saw me in the bathroom screaming and yelling, and then we cut back to the person we were interviewing. And she's just kind of patiently waiting on camera, and I'm in the background, you hear me screaming.
996, 997, 998.
John just burst out laughing and said, stop. He goes, I did not see that coming. He goes, go back. So we went back and we watched it through, and he loved it.
I'm sorry, you were saying something about Saddam.
So that was such a boost of confidence that made me feel like I should be here. This is what I should be doing.
Rob Riggle, thank you so much. Nice job.
He credits perseverance for helping him get there.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
A determined spirit developed in the military, a voice Riggle calls his inner drill sergeant.
One of those.
When you had these moments of not knowing what was next,
Yeah.
the drill sergeant came out?
Always, yeah. Everybody needs a coach or a friend or someone to push them. And when that person's not around to push you, you got to push yourself.
Grit, spit, never quit.
Exactly, grit, spit, never quit. The discipline, motivation comes and goes, it wanes, but discipline is what's going to get the job done every time. And that's in the military, and that's in show business.
And it was so interesting talking with him, and you see this in the book, but like Saturday Night Live was this huge win and then a failure.
Yeah.
But that failure led to all the great success that we now know him for. The book is really enjoyable, and it is out next Tuesday.
I really like him, and you know what? Another example of a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback.
Exactly. By the way, speaking of next Tuesday, it is Veterans Day, appropriate because Rob gives so much still to the military, but he's also going to be on CBS Mornings with Gail, Nate, and Tony, so you can hear more from him on his book launch day.
A lot more.
Yeah.